Sporting touch of hands. Round number one. There's that fast start. And that is the fastest knockout in bare knuckle fighting championship.
K-Mama, no born in the Bronx, raised in Dade. Been in the city since Pit had braids. Bahapanti parties, plata know how to sneak me out. Now it's 7-figure meetings, every day we lead a house. It's game time, the game's mine, you know the vibe. Yo viajado el mundo entero, rapping 305.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Don't Blink Podcast. You know,
Yes.
I got a kid in the building.
We in here, baby.
Today I got my little brother ZEKU in the building, man.
Yeah.
Little Serge. If you haven't heard about ZEKU, ZEKU is one of the rawest breakdancers in the world.
In the world, for sure.
Amazing. Great to have you here, my brother.
too, man.
Thank you for
Thank you
coming
guys for having
through.
me.
Yes,
It's
sir.
an honor.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Amazing having you here, man. I actually met ZEKU at a music video, right? Like 2
Yeah.
years ago, we did a music video together
Yeah,
for shout out to Mariah.
Mariah,
Right?
yes.
Yeah. And I saw him there. I'm like, damn, you're killing it. You know, he brought me back to like when I was a kid. But then you know, we started following each other on Instagram, and I seen he's touring the world doing it, man. So shout out to you, man. That's amazing, brother.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate that,
Yes, sir.
Means
Yes,
a
sir.
lot. Thank you.
How did you get into that?
Man, I started just randomly. They told me as a kid I used to just kind of get on my head and spin on my head and give it a
shit,
shot.
man.
But I didn't know the terminology. I didn't know the music.
Right.
It was just something that I would do. Before that, I was just kind of playing ball, normal little hood shit, just messing around, playing around, flipping. Like I knew how to flip just because.
Yeah.
Flipping off of whips and shit
I was
like
doing
that.
the same shit. I was gonna say I
You
go
know
to
what
bus
I'm
stops and do backflips all the time. Yeah.
So we were just wherever we were just flipping, being jits.
That's dope.
And then come around 2010, the summer of 2010, I saw the movie called You Got Served.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
My kids love that
Classic,
movie.
classic.
Yes, yo.
Yes.
So
That made me want to
I
do a
saw
little thing.
I saw it with my homeboys. Like he's my best friend to this day. Like I don't know life without this man. His name is Fusion.
Okay.
And
Yo,
we
Shout out to
saw-
Fusion.
Shout
though.
out to
out to
Fusion.
man.
What up, boy?
That's the man. And we saw that movie, and it was a crew battle for $3,000.
Yeah.
It's 2010. $3,000 was worth a little bit of bread at that time.
Right.
Yeah.
We're two kids, have no money. Parents got no money.
Right.
We're watching this movie like, damn, we could do this and make some money. Like, pfft, and get some girls, man. This is it. We're like, this is it.
Yeah.
Win-win.
Yeah, and then we figured it out later on. It was a movie, and there wasn't no battles for $3,000. Everything was like $50 and a pat on the back. No.
Yeah, you might have to pay $40 to get in.
Yeah. So, but man, it was instant love. It was love at first sight for me. I fell in love with it 100%.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
I became completely obsessed with it.
That's awesome.
I forgot about a social life. I forgot about dating. I forgot about everything. And I was a little kid. I was like 12, but I was like, this is the closest thing that I'm going to be able to do to succeed, get my family out of where we're at, and make it in life with something.
I love that,
because it
dog.
don't
Yeah.
cost much.
Yeah.
You just need will and work ethic. Like I just had to
Absolutely.
dance and some music. I didn't need to pay for no uniform. Basketball was expensive. Football was expensive. Everything was expensive. My mom couldn't even pay $15 a week for me to go to practice for dance. So imagine, like, it was the only thing.
You know, dope people come out of tough times, dog. You know what I mean? And you're one of them.
And you too, man.
Thank you,
You
my
too.
brother.
You're
Thank you. You know, we're actually like family. You know, we're connected through different people. Also, that makes us family.
Yeah,
we're gonna get to that too. But how old are you now?
I just turned 23 this
Oh,
year.
so you're young as hell, bro.
Yeah,
Young as hell,
doing it too.
I feel
That's
40 though,
awesome.
man.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, you see the Monster on the table? He's a Monster sponsored athlete, which is amazing. That's dope as hell.
Yep.
You know, Monster.
Monster,
What's
we
up?
gotta
You know,
talk
Monster.
about that,
No, you heard?
We'll get to that later. Let's talk about him for now. So where'd you grow up at, man?
I grew up in a bunch of different neighborhoods. Every time I say that, I feel like Pitt.
Yeah.
A bunch of different- I grew up in Riverside, AP, Little Havana, but Little Havana is where I mostly grew up at.
Well, that's all kind of right there, the same area.
Yeah. So we were just kind of moving within that same little area.
Right.
And then as I got older, then I started moving into like other spaces because I was getting in trouble as a kid.
Okay.
And the last neighborhood that I was living in was Little Havana. And when I turned maybe like 9, my mom pulled us out of that neighborhood, and I don't know how she did it, but she moved us into the roads.
Oh,
By,
nice.
like,
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how, to this day I don't know how she paid for that house. I have no idea, but me and my brother were just going down a really bad path, and you know, it was the people we were associated with and kids we were hanging around with. We weren't focused on doing anything but just being jits
Right.
at that time. You feel me? So she pulled us out of that neighborhood real quick, and then from there on, you know.
Dope, man. Shout out to Mom
History.
Dukes, dog.
Yeah.
My number one
My
right
mom
there.
made it happen for me too, bro. You know what I mean? So did you start? Where'd you go to school at?
For elementary, I went to Kensington,
Okay.
which is I was just having this conversation today. It was crazy. That's where like the worst things as I did as a kid.
yeah.
And I look at kids in elementary and I'm like, bro, there's no way you were doing what I was doing in elementary. Like 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade were like stupid for me. Like really stupid. I didn't have an epiphany till 6th grade, 7th grade. And then 9th grade was when like everything changed. But man, I was reckless in elementary school. I don't know why.
I was actually reckless in elementary too, dog. I was a little wild as a little kid for some reason.
Man, you know, I don't know how like deep. I don't know how detailed I could get, but man, like elementary, bro, I already knew what like moving drugs were. Like my homeboys were bringing weed to school. Like we were fighting every single day in that school. Like the principal knew me for all the wrong reasons. Like girls, like man, it was like elementary was a problem.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. Then I heard you went to Slam too, right? You graduated from Slam.
Yeah. So so I went to Corway, which was a big change for me because I went from this hood school to this preppy school where kids were wearing like short shorts and Sperry's, and I was wearing J's, and my shorts looked like pants. So that school completely changed my perspective on everything. And then 9th grade year, I was dating some girl in 8th grade, and at that time the only 2 options were Miami High and Coral Gables. Like those were the 2 schools. And my brother went to Miami High, so I was like, oh man, I gotta go to Miami High. And the girl was like, oh, I'm gonna go to this school called Slam. It's a sports school. Pitbull's opening up the school. And I was like, Pitt's opening up a school? I was like, I mean, if I go to Slam, he's gonna have to show up one day. One day he's gonna have to walk down the hallway, show up at the lunch, something. And if he shows up, I'm gonna try and talk to him. Like even if I see him walking, I'm walking out the class and I'm gonna grab him. Man, and that's basically how it all started.
That's dope.
That's awesome, bro.
Said and done.
Were you already dancing by this time?
Yeah. I was already heavily into dance. In 9th grade year, I had my really big epiphany where I was like, this is what I'm doing for the rest of my life. Shout out to Mr. Rivera. He was one of the teachers in that school who inspired me. He gave a motivational speech the first day of school. Changed my life.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's great, man. And that's great. You had an epiphany so young, because mine ain't come till I was 35. I mean, I was living like that. So then I changed it up now. But man, that's awesome. Shout out to Mr. Rivera, because you know, Pitt had a teacher, you know, grab him and tell him, yo, you wasting your talent, though, you know, don't be a waste of talent, and change his life. That's awesome. And we saw you were just on a new video too. I was actually, I'm on Instagram, video comes up, man, that's my dog. I hit Pitt. I'm like, man, that's my little homie right there, ZEKU.
Yeah,
that's dope. And then I saw you one time at a meeting or something, right? Didn't we cross paths somewhere, like in a meeting? Or?
It was like a party. It
was a party? Okay. A meeting.
I mean, it was a get together.
Yeah, it was like Halloween or something. No, I don't know, whatever.
Something like that.
Yeah. My brother, how'd you get the name ZEKU? How'd you come up with that?
So in breaking, your name is given to you. You don't really come up with it. Your name is given to you. And when I first started breaking, I was going to this place called Catalyst, and it was just a space for people to go and get down. It was a really dope space, and I always knew how to spin on my head.
The first thing you said is like, I wanted to spin on my head.
Yeah, like I knew how to spin on my head for some reason, but I couldn't do nothing else.
Oh, that don't hurt, bro.
Yeah. It do. I gotta be careful.
No, I've seen you do it, but you do it with helmets or no? You do it with no helmet.
Yeah,
damn, bro.
Damn, bare
raw dog.
Yeah.
So my bad. So
I'm there. I'm training. I'm doing a bunch of head spins, and my crew leader at the time, shout out to D, who took me in, was kind of like a father figure for me. He saw me at that practice, and he's like, listen, man, you got a name, like a breaking name? And I was like, Spin. And he was like, Spin? And I was like, yeah, because I spin a lot. And he was like, well, somebody has that name, so you can't use that name. And at that time, I'm completely unaware of anybody or anything. Yeah. So I was like, I don't care who got that name. Like, I'll battle him for that name in my head. He's like, I'm going to give you the name ZEKU. At that time, I was illiterate. I didn't even know how to pronounce the name. And he was like, ZEKU. That was my little brother's name. He had really good head spins, but he quit. So take the name and run with it. And in my head, I'm like, ZEKU. I'm like, damn. It just hit. It
original,
fit.
Yeah.
So I run to my brother. I'm like, yo, I just got a new breaking name. It's hold on. I run back. I'm like, hey, what was that name again? He's like, ZEKU. If you forget it, I'm taking it back. I walk all the way to ZEKU. I was like, it's ZEKU. My brother's like, oh, that's cool. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just take it. And now, man, he's still like a father figure to me. I end up meeting his little brother. His little brother is like head chief of a fire department. Like the dude's doing great in life, and to kind of see that name come around full circle and go bigger than any of them ever thought is amazing, and it's an honor for me to carry, for sure.
Hell yeah.
Damn, that's
dope.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
hell yeah.
Let me ask you, when was the first competition? When you start like saying like, okay, I think I'm gonna take this shit on the road?
Yeah. Well, my first competition that I ever did here, my first battle was in a spot called Euphoria. That I don't know if they're still up right now, but it was ran by this lady called Audrey. She was a dancer in the scene, and they did an all-style battle. And it was the first time I ever seen it in person. It was you got served in person.
Yeah.
People were calling each other
That
out.
movie came back. Boom.
Yeah. Because we've been in practices and people would battle at practice side, but no. This was, we call it a jam. Like this was a jam. There was a cash prize. Yeah. People were trying to leave with some money, and it was only like 150, but still, like it was money for them. You know,
Absolutely.
So I'm there as a kid watching. I'm excited to battle, man. I didn't even make it past prelims. Like I didn't even make it past the preliminary round.
Oh, shit.
And I remember feeling this sense of like, nah. Like I remember seeing the guy who won. I forgot who it was, and going like, man, I wanna be in that position right there. Like everybody went crazy for him, and it's crazy. I explained it, and I'm pretty sure you feel this. I feel fighting's is way more developed than dance, but I saw that, and I saw it was only 20 seconds of like all these eyes and attention. Everybody's going crazy. Like, oh, congrats to the winner, boy. Everybody's going crazy, taking pictures, and then you kind of just go home and you just train and try and do it all over again. You gotta be a little crazy to want to chase that. You feel me? So I saw that and I was like, man, I want to do that. Like I want to be in the limelight like that and just be known. I'm just like a little kid. I come from nothing. I wanted to be somebody. Now the vision and the goals are completely different. But at that time I was just trying to be seen, trying to be heard for what I do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you are big time. You're
Thank
making
you,
noise.
Thank you,
yeah,
brother.
actually, I don't know if you know this or not, but my boy Jose was the director of that video that we're in. Him back in the day was a dope breakdancer too.
Film heads, I know him.
Yeah.
He used to get down with some of the Miami legends. Shout out to my boy Quickie from Floor Phonetics.
Yep, hell yeah.
Yeah, Quickie's
His name was Boggle. Shout out to you, Jose.
Yeah. So he got film heads popping. He's doing great, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful family.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's my guy. I just did a video with him the other day with Farruko.
Yeah.
And for some reason, every time I do a video with Farruko, we're shooting at each other, dog.
It's like the thug
like
scene,
we're trying to kill each other. Like, every time I see you, it's war, dog.
Yeah, Jose has always put me onto music videos, man. Ever since I was a jit. So a big shout out to him.
Hell yeah, he's family. I love him.
Yes.
Shout out to you, my brother.
100%.
Hey, and I see you were in a short film with Jokes. It's called Toy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yo,
Jokes is the homie too. Shout out to
How was that? How was doing that?
Man, that was dope. That's a space that I'm trying to get into a little bit more.
Film?
Yeah, like acting, modeling, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And they just threw me in. They were like, oh, it's with... sorry if I said something I'm not supposed to say, but it was
you can say whatever.
No, for them. It was like Mark Wahlberg's like nephew or something like that. I was like, shit, whatever. Let's do it. I never took acting class in my life, but I could do it.
Yeah.
And they put me in a scene. They gave me like 1 or 2 lines, and I just
Crushed
did
it.
it. Yeah, I just did it. Like,
Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
And what nationality are you?
I'm Cuban.
Cuban.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Damn.
Cuban.
Cubano.
That's rare in Miami, dog. We're rare breed down here.
You know what I mean?
You don't find no Cubans down here.
And breakdancing?
Yeah,
That's fire. You know what I mean?
I know. That's cool, man. Oh, yeah. And so also, I remember when I met you, you had told me, man, I got a little fighting gym and a slash breaking gym, right? So shout out to Sir Jim, right?
Yeah, we have
Sir
Sir Jim Combat is an MMA gym.
Right.
We're now branching out, hopefully opening up a boxing portion of it come 2022. And then we have our own breaking school called Breaking MIA, which, man, has really, really taken off this year and has become an international brand. We went from a school to a production company to a clothing brand. We have an international online program. We have over 60 students. We have a scholarship program for underprivileged kids who can't afford to take classes, where they can get sponsored to take classes.
Nice.
We throw a monthly event called Undefeated that, man, has brought in like 250 to 300 people, sponsored by Monster Energy, Vital Performance, Shoe Gallery. Man, Breaking MIA has been a vision of mine that I never thought would reach where it's at right now. So I have a little podcast too called Breaking Business. So just put it in my hands and everything that I can.
Oh yeah, and again, just remember, guys, this guy's 23. All right, he got all that going for him, bro. So that's amazing. You put your head down. You went to work. You're very consistent.
Thank you.
Like I said, the person we got in common is Pitt. You know what I mean? He was a student at the school, and then he graduated. Has been doing this. Was in his music video now, so it's a dope, like kind of full circle thing. Mm-hmm. And Pitt is huge on helping people that want to help themselves.
Yes.
And so it's awesome to see that going on. You know what I mean? That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
And where's the location?
So, Breaking MI and Surgeon Combat are right next to each other. We're located in Hialeah Gardens. We've kind of outgrown, thankfully.
Hialeah, baby. We got some
Hialeah. Awafang with Factoria.
That's it.
Yeah, so we call that the hood of businesses. That's where you start.
For sure.
And then
If you can make it out of Hialeah, bro, you made it.
All right. Bunch of body shops everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So we're looking to move now come 2022, get a bigger space, make everything a lot nicer. We're kind of outgrowing the elegancy of what we are, where we're actually located.
Right,
so,
and how you're trying to make the brand something else. I got it.
Yeah, man, we're trying to compete with Apple, Nike, Gucci, all these brands.
Let's do it.
That's what we shoot for every day. That's what we shoot
don't
for
break
every day.
podcasts, all that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and what do you got going on right now? What are we working on?
Right now, man, I'm just really lasered in with the Olympics. We're going to the Olympics in 2024.
Oh, that's right. Olympics gonna have breakdancing, huh?
Yeah.
That's stupid, bro.
Yes.
Listen,
Yes.
next time you see this man in here, dog, he's gonna have a gold medal, Olympic gold medal around his neck, bro. That's badass.
Yes, man. So we're going to the Olympics, and I'm looked at as
2024,
2024 in Paris.
Let's go, man. You're gonna be sponsored by Don't Blink Podcast.
Hey, let's go.
Let's do it. I'll give you guys when I win, I'll give y'all the first interview.
Let's go.
Hey,
Let's shake on it right now.
Hell yeah.
Shake on it
We
right
just
now.
shook on everybody.
Yes,
You got that.
Yes,
We got
sir.
that.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
Of course, man. And yeah, I'm looked at as one of, if not the main person to represent the USA come 2024. God willing, that's all in God's hands. I just train and do what I got to do. To represent the US, man, that's a dream come true from you guys served to somebody about to get served. You know what I'm saying?
No, to serving the world.
To
bro.
serving the world, boy, in the Olympics.
So let's see, man.
Wow, that's awesome, bro.
Focused on that. Focused on building the team that we got. We just came from LA this weekend. We did a 5-on-5. We came up a little bit short, but we're doing some great things, man.
Damn, and does it still feel? Damn, because I'm over here about to ask him, like, does it still feel good? Like, does it still feel the same as when you first started? But it's like it's still so young that it's like it's still like there.
Well, what's funny is like,
But he's done so much.
He's done so much. He's probably been doing it over 10 years, but he's still young as hell, so he's still developing.
Yeah.
So how was it this feeling? Like, how was the
This
vibe?
is the thing. I know you could relate to this. I was explaining it to some of my homies who we were competing together in the 5-on-5 in LA, and I was telling them, like, man, it gets to a point. I perform better under pressure. I've always been that way. I like it that way. I don't really trip off that. But it does get to a certain point where, like, this man here has the fastest knockout in combat history. If you don't deliver something similar or more, it's like you're off.
Right.
But if somebody else just comes in and knocks somebody out, it's a show. You get me? So your off days are somebody's best days.
Right.
So you have to deliver so much more than what you did at the beginning that now your artistry becomes something completely different.
Right.
Now it's no longer for yourself. It's for everybody that supports you.
No, and you're raising your own competition. He's raising the competition himself. You know?
For himself,
The better you do every time, they want to see you do better the next time. You know?
And with us, it's all about creativity. You can't take people's moves. You can't take people's sets, their style, everything. So one of the biggest things that I have within the dance that a lot of the people who are within the world and the game that I'm in is that them fools go out and do the same moves every single event and get mad love for it. And to me, we're painting a picture. We're selling movement art. That's what we're selling. If I go out there and do the same set, same round, same moves, that's like Picasso painting the same picture and selling it every single time. That's disrespectful to everybody that follows me and supports me. So I have to get back in the gym, train, come up with all these crazy moves and put it together and hope that people see it and take it for what it is,
Absolutely.
rather than just kind of, this was like the one hit wonders that go out there and make a song and they keep the same flow and all that. It's disrespectful, bro, so that's when it gets tough, when you really fall in love with your artistry. Because if you just do it to kind of make some paper and be famous, that's what I'm saying, my perspective completely changed. Now, like, I want to inspire kids, I want to touch people's hearts, I want to be a blueprint for the next generation. And you can't do that by just doing the same thing over and over.
No, absolutely
So
not.
it changes.
that's awesome.
Oh yeah,
Definitely changes.
No, talking about business. How did Monster approach you during the breakdancing?
So one of my biggest mentors, his name is Moy Rivas. He actually started the Monster program, the breaking program over at Monster.
Okay.
And he's a big time breaker. He has a $1 million business with his schools called Break Free Worldwide. Has locations all over the world now. He started the program, and we competed at a BC1. It was a Red Bull competition, and he beat me first round. And at that time, I was like, just trying to make it. I was 16 years old. I was like, by the time I turn 18, if I'm not sponsored, I have to go get a job or something. So I message him after I lose the battle against him, and I go, hey, man, you beat me. That means you must have something that I don't have. Can I go to Texas and train with you, to see if I could just, I could learn and pick up on some things. Man, and that guy is somebody that I look up to as, man, he's a great husband, great father, great businessman, great athlete. This guy, man, if there's anybody this guy's like another Pitt, to be honest with you. All around great person, man. And he took me in, and he started to train me and mentor me. He's the one that really opened my eyes on business, because I was like, man, he don't even got a break anymore. He just runs his business and makes bread, and this man could pay the cash prize if he wants to.
Yeah.
And that really inspired me to go, okay, yeah, I mean, I'm 16 now, but one day I want to have a wife. One day I want to have some kids. Battling another 12-year-old to try and make $3,000, $2,000.
Right.
So he definitely opened my eyes on that, and I would tell him, I would go out every 3 months over there. I would street perform. I'd make money on the streets, save it, fly myself out there almost every 3 months, and tell him, like, it went from, man, I want to be a part of Monster, because he was already sponsored. I was like, man, I want to be a part of Monster, but I was garbage, I was like, I want to be a part of Monster, and it would just progress every single time. And then it ended up being like, when I turn 18, I'm going to be a part of Monster. And after like 2 years, as soon as I turned 18, had a contract in my email, told them that I would take their company to another level competitively, and now we're probably one of the most feared.
Let's fucking go.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Damn, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. You know what I mean? Red Bull is a huge name
No, it's
too.
huge,
You
bro.
were doing those Red Bull competitions. People from all over the world are there, right?
Yeah, people from all over the world, man.
Yeah.
They do a great production.
You know what? I just thought about that. Red Bull. You can have Red Bull and Monster together.
So actually,
I just thought about that.
Yeah. So actually, I have a very interesting relationship with them.
Okay.
They're not my biggest fans. I'm their fan though.
Red Bull isn't.
They're not my biggest fans.
Okay.
But I am. I think what they do is amazing. They're very smart. They're not an energy drink company. They're a production company. You see the events that people put on.
Yeah.
They're very smart people. And I love what they do, man. It's just breaking is very underpaid, very underrated, and I'm all about pay. Like, you got to pay us for what we do, for my likeliness, my image, my everything,
Right.
And if you want me to go out there and put on a spectacle, well, that's not going to cost you $1,000. You feel me?
Yeah.
And in breaking, that's very new. So I'm kind of looked at as the bad guy for kind of putting that out there. And yeah, I started basically in competitions with them, the BC ones that they did in Fort Lauderdale. I actually won one of them out here in Fort Lauderdale. I was one of the youngest winners to win it. I was like 16 at the time. And I was pushing, to be a part of the brand, and it just didn't work out for many reasons. And then, Monster came in, and they lost out on that stock. So now,
Monster
To the moon.
Monster hit that grab.
Monster lit right now.
That's awesome, dog. Hey, let me ask you. Shit, what the fuck am I?
It was a snake.
During the pandemic, man, what'd you do? Just train? Because the whole world was shut down at that time. So
Yeah, I definitely trained a whole lot.
it helped a lot. Thank God you got a gym.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. I think that opened a lot of people's eyes too. And not only did I train, but I was also able to learn a whole different side of hustling.
Yeah.
Like, whole different side, man. I turned a physical business into an online business. That's how our online program got developed. That's how our scholarship program came about, because there was a lot of people who didn't have money, who couldn't pay for classes. But there's people out there who are still blessed throughout the pandemic, that could help out, tax write-off, whatever the case may be.
For sure.
So, man, it shifted my mentality 100%. I learned how to hustle a completely different way. I learned how to look at business in a completely different way. And it gave me a lot of security to go, man, even though the pandemic hit, I didn't have to count on nobody to make some money, just count on myself and my team. And my team was still getting paid. Like, it was a very different type of experience for us, because we were.
But you made the best of it, for sure.
We made the best of it. We trained, we learned, we got creative, and we made it out, man. It cost a lot of money, but we made it happen.
Dope. That's dope, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No, you said it perfect, bro, because we say, a lot of, people who were hustlers before, the hustler came out of them during the pandemic. It brought the inner hustler.
The inner
out of
hustler,
people.
yeah.
The Instagram hustlers got shut down.
Oh, yeah, for real, dog.
Oh man,
The ghost.
I was. Oh, you said the ghost of what? The ghost of what?
The gold started leaking off their chains.
They started hiding them cars like Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Damn, I was gonna ask about the school and how people can the online program.
Yes. So you can visit the website at breakingmi.com. You fill out a form and you pick whether you want to do on-site in Miami or online. First class is completely free. We don't do we just send you a video and you learn off that video. No, we have an actual instructor there.
Like a Zoom call type thing.
Like a Zoom call, but it's very detailed and it's on-site at the actual facility.
Wow, that's dope.
Excuse me. So you're not like in a living room or something like that.
Gotcha.
And the instructor's a world champion, So all of our instructors, two of my boys are actually sponsored by Monster now. So man,
that's awesome.
The whole story behind the school, I had these two kids, Dougie and Nels, and I pulled them out of school at 14, and I told them believe in me, go to online school like I did towards the end of my schooling. Trust me, help me build this business. I'm gonna get you guys sponsored, and you guys never have to depend on nobody. And man, fast forward 4 years now, they're 18, 19, both sponsored by Monster Energy, world champions. We got now Lynx around, who's another world champion. Hopefully he'll be next. We got Logistics, who's a Red Bull athlete, one of the youngest Red Bull champions. So it's cool, man. So we're not just this school with some instructors. No, our school is built off of championship.
That's dope. No, and I love how the whole team is helping each other. Come up.
Yep, come up.
Awesome.
Just sounds like a story like a Crazy Hood when they was talking about it when EFN was like, yeah, we're gonna go to the library because we don't got to pay for studio time in the library, and if you ain't with it, jump out.
Sounds like Don't Blink podcast whiteboard meeting.
You know what I'm saying? Sounds like a dope.
Wait, what's up? How was that tour with Pitt?
Man, it was
23. He looks like a goose.
It was lit, man. Big shout out to Pitt, man. That guy's a special breed for real, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't get to enjoy the full tour. I didn't go on the full leg of the tour because I had a bunch of other things going on at that time. My boys were getting sponsored at that time. I was still doing my monthly events. I was still training. I was still actively competing. So I only got to do maybe 10, 12 shows, but it was an experience like no other, man. Experience like no other than to just, I was telling Priscilla, I was like, man, I would sit there right before I would go out and just watch Pitt perform and go, man, that feeling is crazy. That's where I want to get to.
It's a natural high, boy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and man, he did what nobody has ever done before. He gave me an entire solo. It wasn't like I came out during his set and I danced in the back as he was rapping. No. He brought me up to the stage. He introduced me. Man, put my gram on the LED boards for 20,000 people to see.
Yeah. Shouted
me out, told the story, and then gave me a 2-minute set to do what I do, and then outroed me out and continued with his set.
Killed it.
Nice.
For a breakdancer, that's history. That's never happened.
Yeah.
That's never happened, man. So
welcome to the Let It Rip season 2.
God bless you, bro. That's awesome.
No, and I have to thank him and his entire team, everybody, for just believing in me and just believing in a kid, an ambitious kid that doesn't really know where he wanted to go, but knew he wanted to go somewhere.
Yeah. He was that kid at one moment in life, so you feel me? He knows where you're coming from.
He related to that completely.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dog. Hell yeah. And what do you got coming up next? Are you doing any competitions next? Anything?
As of right now, taking the year to just kind of regroup.
The rest of the year.
Yeah, the rest of the year to regroup. We taking that loss this weekend was a little bit, down.
It was this weekend.
Okay. It was on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a freestyle session. You guys
Miami?
No, it was in LA.
Oh, in LA. Okay.
Yeah, you guys can head over to our YouTube channel, our media company, Breaking MI. Watch the battles, and we made it to the semis. I hadn't lost in 2 years, officially. So to lose, kind of towards the end of the year, I was a little bit bummed out. Made some bad decisions, and it just didn't. It led to us not winning, but. Just kind of regroup, get back in the lab.
No losses, just lessons,
no,
baby.
100%. Yeah. We learned a whole lot as a team. I'm used to competing solo. I've done a lot of solos. Now I'm more into the art of building with my crew and with my team because they're a little bit older now, a little bit more mature. They know what they want to do. They're sponsors, so they have a chip on their shoulder, and they're more serious about it. So, now it's no longer about me. I have to step into the role of a leader and lead the team, So go back to the lab, recreate everything, revamp everything, hit 22 hard in the head, and get ready for the Olympics 2024.
That's dope. Where are the Olympics?
In Paris, bro.
Paris?
Yeah, Chico's
Bro.
in Paris. What's up?
Check this out. I'm part of Zeku's crew. I'm carrying luggage, baby. Let's go.
No, bodyguard, bro.
Bodyguard.
I'll carry the luggage.
I like that one too. Hey, little bro. You know, if there was if there was a kid out there, 12, 13, 14 years old, man, what good advice can you give him? You know, if he's trying to come up on the same way you did.
Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, and the law of attraction is 100% real. I was telling people that I was sponsored before companies even knew that I existed. I would tell people I'm sponsored by Monster. I was not sponsored by Monster. I would tell people I'm the #1 breaker in the world. I'm going to be #1. I'm going to be this person. I'm going to make it here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Man, I said that breaking was going to the Olympics in 2012. In 2012, I said breakdancing is going to the Olympics, and I'm going to the Olympics. And it's crazy how it all happened, because I just believed it, and I actually visualized these things. As corny as it sounds, I could literally see everything that I want to do. I put it in my head. Anytime that I've ever won an event, I'm just reliving the moment because I've seen it. So that just goes with the power of believing yourself, seeing it before doing it, and actually putting a plan behind what you want to do. Because everybody has a goal, but nobody has a plan. Put a plan behind everything that you want to do. Build a team around you, because you can't do it by yourself. And just be a good person, man. I guarantee you'll reach mountains. You'll be able to do things that you never thought you would. Because I guarantee you right now, this might not seem like a big deal to people, but to just be sitting here and being interviewed for breakdancing is something I never thought that I'd be doing. So thank you guys, honestly.
Thank you. And bro, it's not corny at all. Our crew is big believers in manifesting. You know what I mean? Excuse me. I feel like I manifested that 3-second knockout. I was talking about it before. I said I was going to have the fastest knockout. You know, we're working on that flow, and here we are today talking about it. And it works.
You know? Yeah. That's why you get so amped when it happens, because you're like, bro, I seen this. Yeah. And I actually brought it to life. It's like you really are writing your own movie. Yeah. You decide what happens. That's
dope, man. And it's awesome you have that mentality at such a young age, dog. So you got so much more growing to do, but you're already in the right position. You're heading the right way, dog. So
yeah, man.
Many blessings to you for that.
So y'all better go sign up to that school, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, dog. I might sign up. I'm Junior. I want to learn how to break down. Might use a little weird ass kick in a fight.
In a fight,
bro. And their core, breakdancers' cores are so strong, dog.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I remember back in the Bronx, I used to flip off the monkey bars and shit like that.
Was it the Bronx? We left the Bronx when it was like 6.
Yeah, because when I made it back to Miami, ain't no more flipping. Boy. So I was running around. I saw grass. I'm like, what? I'm out.
I mean, you're from the Mecca of breaking.
Yeah.
It started in New York.
Yeah.
100%.
You know what? Shout out to my boy Teal Steele. He's
Teal Steele.
I grew up with Teal Steele. That's my dog,
I know
man.
Teal. I don't know if you know what's his name, Pee Wee.
Yeah, no, Pee Wee was him and Pee Wee were like this.
Yes.
Yeah. Him and Pee Wee were best friends. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a different time back then. Breaking has completely evolved, man. Back then it was so hood. Now it's so good.
Yeah, exactly. That's
so
true. That's true. Just like graffiti too. Graffiti used to be some hood shit. Now like it's some wayward shit.
It's accepted. It's accepted now.
People making bank off of it.
Yeah.
Living.
And blessings, man. That's dope. You know what I mean? I love to see that. Little bro, another thing about this show, it's a huge part of this show, is we talk about aliens, dog.
Oh, let's get it.
What?
Yeah.
What you know about aliens, bro?
I don't know a lot, but I believe in them. I'll tell you that much.
I think you an alien. We aliens.
I'll tell you, for sure. People like us, man, there's no way. That's what I'm telling you. 20-second high of celebration, you got to be a little tweaked out, bro. You can't be normal.
Trust me, bro. I know to get punched in the face for a living, you got to love it, baby. And I do, and I know you feel the same way about breakdancing.
100%.
Hey,
so what's the topic, though?
Hey, bro, you know what? It's really to see what you think about aliens. We always ask everybody what you think. Like we over here, we're believers too, but it's like everything else is like, look, like the pyramids always like drive me crazy trying to think about it. But then everything you watch, everything you study, everything you hear about it ends up the same. You still don't have a solid answer. Though, you know what I mean?
I've always said I don't know if there's been an answer for it with the pyramids alone. Is how do you build up that high not being able to have the machinery that we have today, which I feel like even with the machinery we have today,
we can't do it.
We would mess up.
We can't. No, we can't.
And if I'm not mistaken, it's like aligned with like stars and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
How is that possible? You know,
bro.
I
Alien shit, bro. Alien shit, dog.
I think about things like that all the time, and you know, like all these sightings that you see of like UFOs and just different things.
Have you seen a UFO, bro?
So I go out to Cali a lot, and in San Diego, every time that I've been in San Diego, man, I've seen some weird stuff driving out towards like the casino areas where it gets like very foresty. Man, we've seen things in the sky that.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, like Southern California, like under Los Angeles, is like a big mecca too for like sightings for
sightings and shit.
Yeah, so I know I'm not this one. I know I'm not joking.
Let's go.
And mind you, I don't openly speak about these things, but like when people do ask me, I'm like, yeah, man. I believe in everything, bro. I believe in everything until proven wrong. Why not?
Yeah, you know what?
Yep.
Yeah,
shit, if I believed in me, I gotta believe in everything else.
Exactly. That's real. Hey, man, everybody out there watching, happy Thanksgiving to y'all. It's about to be, you know, by the time this airs, it's Thanksgiving week. So, you know, bring it home. You know what I mean? Sit around the table, carve the turkey, carve your ham, eat the mashed potatoes and mac and cheese, and watch the Don't Blink podcast.
Yes. Wait, hold on, but y'all can't just leave me with my opinion on aliens. What y'all think, bro?
No, I told you
that was the vibe. Like we believe in them. I think I seen somebody in downtown one time. It was an alien one time.
Yeah.
Me and Mike was at the hot dog stand one time. I really do remember this though. Me and Mike was in the hot dog stand over there one time, and then we seen something pop up like a guy, and then we're like, oh shit, that guy's weird. All right, so we're eating the hot dogs, and then Mike literally says, "Yeah, watch, he's gonna disappear." I said, "I looked that way. He's still walking." That nigga wasn't gone. I said, "Mike, Mike, he's gone, bro. Like, where is he at, Mike? For real?" I walked in the middle of the street and everything. It could be fake, but he got me.
Dog jumped in the invisible UFO and got out of there,
he did an R1 and said.
He was picking out hot dogs out the garbage. Hey, bro, we believe in aliens. I mean, in a sense, you know what I mean. Just like you, like,
and the galaxy is huge.
I wish there was someone out there to say, yeah, there is one for sure. You know what I mean? But up until then, I got my belief too. You know?
I also think like they're just holding off too. They're holding off to see it until we get. I feel like we're super dumb.
I think we're alien and farm dog. The boys are like looking out, like, look at these guys are doing crazy.
Yeah, they're kind of like scared to come over here because they don't know how we're gonna take it.
Yeah. For real.
I believe in that.
It's all part of the game.
Yeah.
It's all part of the game.
Yeah.
They got us bamboozled.
Yeah, you know it. Hey, man, listen, man. It's been another great episode of Don't Blink Podcast.
Yes.
My little brother Zeku in the building.
Appreciate the love, man.
Thank you for coming through. Thank you for coming through. We truly appreciate it.
100%.
Nothing but blessings and success to you always, dog. Anything you need from us, you know we're here.
Thank you.
Yes.
Happy Thanksgiving and many blessings to everybody out there watching.
Yes.
We love y'all. Tune in, check out everything he has. Let him know your Instagram, your everything.
Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Zeku MIA, and then y'all can follow Breaking MIA. So Breaking without the G MIA, and then that should just lead you to everything else.
Yeah, the podcast, everything on there.
Yeah, we
link in bio.
Yeah. I link in bio. My social man, I live. That's why I get along with Pitt so much, man. I live real life too, so. We just kind of put it out there. If you find it, you find it. Great. If you don't, you don't. Hopefully you do. That's it.
Exactly. If not, you go to Don't Blink Podcast. We'll help you find it.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Been another great episode. We love y'all. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you after this turkey break, right?
That's it. After this turkey break, we're back at it.
Let's go. Bow.
I think me and Two Nights got something great going on. We got some great guests coming up. It's gonna be dope. We got some dope people that already signed up to do it with us, which is great. A lot of people show us love. And it's because we love them back for sure.